Hey, hi guys. From this video, I'm planning to describe Spring Security Password Encoders. Basically, password encoders enable to protect the end user registered password information. So these are the types of password encoders given by the Spring Security, and each of on this will follow different type of algorithm. I'm not going to discuss about this algorithm. I will try to show how can we apply this in your application. But each of these having their own advantages and disadvantages based on the algorithm what it follows. Okay, let's see the flow diagram. If you see the flow diagram, there is an authentication provider, this having association with the user detail service and password encoder. Basically, the comparison will done by the authentication provider. While doing the comparison or validating the password, it has couple of choices based on the password encoder what we configure. If you're not provided any password encoder, authentication provider will go with the default password encoder mechanism. If you provided a specific password encoder, it will consider that. And if you're not interested to go with the encoding and want to go with the plain text comparison, in such case we need to provide no password encoder class. I will show you all this in example manner. Let's see. Okay, first let's see without password encoder how the system is behaving. So this I configured, there has been no password encoder. So this actually telling while comparing with the password, no need to take any encoding mechanism. Just go with the plain text comparison. I want to run this application and want to see before run this application. Let's see what is the user available inside the database. So there is a Madhu and the password 123. It's a plain text. Let me run the application. Application started in 8081 port. Let's see. I want to call my account endpoint. So redirect it to the login page and see the credentials what we have inside the database. There is a username Madhav, password 123. So this time I said like go with the plain text comparison. Let's see how it works. Oh, what happened? Madhav 123. Yeah, successfully got logged in. Let's see. I want to comment out this. No password encoder. I want to go with a specific password encoder. As I mentioned, password encoders basically enables to protect the end user registered password information. Let's see how this can be done. I enabled password encoder here. So if you enable a bcrypt password encoder, we need to store the encrypted password inside the database if you want to use this. Let's see how this can be work. If you want to use this, there is a small change in the record. Like if you see here, I insert one record is nare user and the password is I stored in encrypted format. So this is how password encoders are enabling to protect the end user password information. So this no one can track it. Let's see how it can be work. Now I want to stop the existing instance and let me okay, started in 8081 port. Let me go to my account. So redirected to the login page. Let me enter an array, and so in the database side, so there is a encrypted password. I know the plain text about this. I remember. So this is an array one. If you want to say that, here is the array one is the plain text for that encoded password. Let me log in. Successfully logged in. So basically what I'm trying to convey, if you decide to go with any password encoder, the corresponding decode password need to be stored inside the source. Okay, so this can be the same mechanism can be applied for the remaining password encoders also. If you see here, all these will be in the same manner. We need to provide a bin like this. The only precaution need to be store the corresponding decrypted password inside the database. Many people do a common mistake. They will not store the decryption password inside the database, and they will try to use these password encoders in the configuration part. So this is one mistake. And the second mistake, they will configure a bcrypt password encoder, and they will actually store the password encoder by using different algorithm. So this also will not work out. Okay, if you want to get a password encoder based on this, I written one endpoint like here password encoder. There is a one endpoint. User can enter plain text. Out of this plain text, I am giving encoded password. So if you see here, we crypt password encoder object, and there is one encode method. So this will encode the actual password with encoded one. Let's see how it can work. What is the endpoint? Now suppose I want to create one user sample one. Okay, so this is the encrypted password for sample one. I want to insert this into a database. Let's see. I want to perform one insert query. Okay, so and here 5 and sample is the user, and this password is for sample one. Let me insert this. Okay, so there is a sample and the encrypted password, and we know the plain text about this password is sample one. This need to be remembered by the end user. This should not share with anyone. And inside the database, we are storing actually the encrypted one. If anyone having access about the database, they can only see the encrypted one. They are unable to get the actual password out of this encrypted. So that's how we are telling the password encoders are enabling the protection about the passwords. Okay, I want to use the sample one to make a call. Stop the existing instance and run one more time. Started in 8081. Let me call with sample and sample one. My account. Let's say the password sample1. Okay, let me sign in. I'm able to call successfully. So this is also working fine. So this is all about password encoders. Thank you.